Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. Yes. What up, everybody? It's your boy Royce the Voice, Orange Click, Orange Leader. Shout out to K-Team. Speak your thoughts or lose your mind. And I'm going to say it once again. Speak your thoughts or lose your mind. If you don't know what that means when you hold all that bottled energy in, you know what I'm saying? If you don't express yourself, you know what I mean? The moment that you feel it, you know, you're going to lose your mind. You're going to go crazy. So, I try to preach to everybody that sometimes you got to speak how you feel. You know, the truth to set you free. And that all boils down to communication. Communicate. Speak your thoughts. Lose your mind. Y'all know what it is. So, what's up, man? It's Monday. It's May the 11th. It is 8:02 p.m. You know, welcome everybody to the show. For everybody that's just now coming in, we had a great show last week. I just want to first of all congratulate everybody for giving us right around 1,800 views. You know what I'm saying? Yes, 1,800 views for the last show that we had with Dr. Anatomy. You feel what I'm saying? And today, you know what I'm saying, we're going to switch it up. You know what I mean? So, you know, shout out to everybody that's just tuning in right now. For anybody right now, if you haven't liked the page, make sure you like the page. Make sure you follow me on Royce's Rant Podcast and Royce's Rant on Facebook. Make sure you like that. You know what I'm saying? And we have a special guest. But before I introduce her, you know what I'm saying? There's been a lot of things going on these last few weeks, pretty much this whole month. And, you know, everybody has been just raging mad, you know, and they want to bring this race thing in. You know, it seems like it's black against white all over again. You feel me? And we're coming in here to kind of mellow that down. Try to get you to think on a equal playing field right now. You know, we don't want people just to think one way and not pay attention to what's really going on within our own community. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, first, you know, just rest in peace to, you know, all the fallen brothers, you know, all the fallen brothers and sisters to gun violence, rather it be within our own communities or within the police. And that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the stigma that's placed on us, and we're going to be talking about this recent incident with Mr. Aubrey, rest in peace with him, breaking that down. And we're also going to be speaking with this special guest, and she's going to be talking to us about, you know, defense tactics, and then we'll have another one of our partners talk about some defense tactics. And, you know, guns are going to be blazing, literally, you know what I'm saying? Guns will be blazing. So let me just introduce real quick, shortly. All right. So what this individual, what she's specializing in right now, what she's doing, teaching classes and seminars here. It's on this is her whole little rundown real quick. So just bear with me. SSD mission goal are her main points: personal empowerment through self-defense and self-care, drawing strength from brokenness, increasing confidence in all areas of life through mastering assertive communication, area and self-awareness, and fine-tuning on observation and listening skills, developing a strategic and solutions-oriented mindset. And her SSD tagline is protect yourself, with dots all in between them. All right. So if y'all don't know who I'm speaking of, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna bring in Miss Tanea McClean. All right. We're gonna slide her up in there, all with the horns. What's up, girl? Can you see me? Can I see you?
Yeah.
Yes.
I can see you. What's up, world? What's up? It feels good to be back. Ooh,
Yes.
I've been off live for a
Oh, you
minute.
been off live for a minute?
Yeah, my camera broke back in November
Oh man. Oh
on my
man.
phone, and I don't think I had insurance. You know how that
Oh
goes.
man, yeah, I feel you on that, man. You're right. Hey, man, you keeping it real up in here. That's what I'm talking about, man. And
Hey,
like I said, this is just this is a hands-free show. You know what I'm saying? This is, you can speak however you feel, speak what you want. But you know, I kind of consider this to be like edutainment. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna entertain you with some stuff, but you know, we're also gonna educate our listeners on, you know, how to truly defend themselves. You know, within the law. And shoot, I'm hoping to learn some things too, because there's a lot of things that, you know, I'm unaware of what we have access to, what we're capable of doing, you know, under the law in the right way. And that's why we brought you here on this show. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't mind, before you do, everybody that's watching right now, shout out to Natasha Rogers, James Shelton. If you guys are watching right now, make sure y'all share this, all right, and like the page. Tap, tap, tap that like button. You know what I'm saying? Type that love button. You feel me? Because we may be taking calls, and of course, we're going to be answering some questions, that you have in the comments. So make sure y'all share this on y'all's page with a watch party. And we're going to get back to you, Miss McClean. Why don't you just give a brief introduction of yourself, man, and what you're doing?
Let me just reintroduce myself. My name is
Oh.
Tanea. What's up? What's up, world? Y'all know I'm full of energy. Y'all know I like to talk a lot of shit. I'm going to try hard not to cuss a lot because I think my soulmate doesn't like a woman that cuss.
Uh
Because
oh.
there's got to be something kind of repellent keeping them away.
Uh
But
oh.
that's not what I'm here for. But I am on farmersonly.com
Okay.
because you got to know how to grow your own food to holler at me.
Yes.
Let me tell you, let's see what y'all want to know. I'm in the 40 plus
All
club.
right.
I'm looking good. I'm feeling
All
good.
right.
Um, I'm just out here living life. I'm quarantined like the rest of you, but I have been dealing with the public from day one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I will give you guys a heads up. You want to know some moves before y'all go out here and re-enter society because they tripping.
Oh man, what you said?
Man, Karen is on 10. Do y'all hear me? She is out here mad that she can't come in the store and get her little paint.
Ah. Oh, that's sad.
Yes. So, you guys, it's a lot to this show, but we're going to talk about awareness, your surroundings. And this is definitely a good time for that. One of the things we talk about is proximity. So that 6 feet
Mm-hmm.
rule that, folks have been abiding by, that'll definitely come into play.
Right. Right.
But I guess before we get into the good stuff, I don't know, Royce, what you want to know about your girl?
Well, basically, man. Why don't you just give us like a rundown, basically. Hold on, I'm gonna try to turn this down on here. What's the on this? Is it covered up on here? Basically, just basically give like just a run through of how you came up in it. What motivated you, to do what you do right now. Like, give us a little bit of your backstory.
All right. It's a two-parter.
Go right ahead.
Living in Memphis, Tennessee, I moved there after college. What I thought was in the name of love. Love will have you doing some foolish things.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I moved to one of the number one homicide cities in the nation. And
Mm.
for mine, that's how down I was for this
Memphis,
shit.
Tennessee, huh?
Memphis, Tennessee stand up. So when I got there, I grew up in the east side of Tacoma
Okay.
during the gang banging eras. So, both my parents are military. So being aware was just something that was always, embedded in me, just embedded in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah,
That was natural. Elementary school, middle school, we walked to school, we caught the city
yeah.
bus. Shout out to the east side. I see some of my east siders are watching. And like I said, that was during the super gang banging days, and we were right in the middle of that. So you learned how to walk down that street, look straight ahead.
Yeah.
I was cute then. I'm still cute now. Y'all see me? I was cute
Yeah.
then. Just add a couple pimples on my face, and this is me at like 13. But it was normal. This is sad, but it was normal to be walking to school,
Mm-hmm.
middle school, and a car full of gangbangers pull up on you trying to holler at you.
Mm.
And you just walking, they like, what's up, little mama? Whatever they saying.
Yeah.
And it's like five for real Crips in the car
Mm.
and they think you was cute right now. So, that took a certain type of discipline to not be afraid,
Right.
to know what not to say, to mind your business, keep it pushing and hope, that they'll go on.
Mm.
So that was early age. Then I moved to the country
Okay.
out here in good old Shelbyville, Tennessee.
Shovel.
Folks, I see y'all watching. We appreciate you. And then the country is definitely different from the city.
Mm.
Um, just definitely on being aware, it's more open land. A lot of people just like to underestimate the country and think folks are slow,
Yeah.
but they actually know a lot more, especially when it comes to survival,
Right. Right.
than. folks, and it's a different type of survival. But what was going on down here? It was like town against town. You know, Tullahoma and Shelby, whoo,
Mm.
Lewisburg and Shelby,
Yeah.
woo.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it was coming from all directions. So I'm going to little parties and stuff, and they weren't gang banging, but they was thugging.
Mm.
They
Mm.
was out here thugging.
Right. Right.
I seen people guns pulled out at 20 grand, by teenagers at that time. These are people my
Yeah.
age. And I seen some guns pulled out on people, and I seen some people not flinch
Mm.
with jet pistol pulled to them. And again, these were teenagers, so we grew up in that era, that 90s, that
Yeah.
NWA,
Yeah.
you know, like I said, that gangster Snoop, you got all that. So, everybody was tough.
Right. Right.
So like on the West Coast, it was more like I wasn't necessarily a bully. I wasn't a bully at all, but you just stood your
Mm.
ground. People get fresh with you, you get fresh back. You might be scared and heart beating real fast, but you learn to speak up for yourself, and we weren't afraid to get beat up. I guess that's just being the youngest child. I had a brother that was just a couple years older than me,
Mm-hmm.
and we fought a lot, and he fought me for real. So I'm not afraid to get beat up. See, I don't fight to win. I fight to survive. I fight to get out the situation because I knew I couldn't beat my brother, but I knew I could get some licks in. So I started learning how to strategize in my fighting early.
Yeah. 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 What?
I bust him upside the head with something real.
I hear you on that, man, and even just to call out all the people that are just coming in, man. Shout out to everybody that just coming in. We're speaking to Miss Tanea McClean. And she's gonna be giving us briefing us on some self defense techniques, along with my man Carlos Cummins is gonna be on the show here during the phone lines. But I just want everybody just to please tune in, like, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button if you like what you're hearing. Make sure you hit the page. Make sure you follow Miss McClean here too. You know what I'm saying? Follow her and what she's got going on. And just getting back into what you were saying. I was reading, some just briefing over some of your stories and stuff like that. And like you said, you came from, I think you said it was like top 3 in the nation, even up to this day, as far as the ratio, as far as with the crime and the murder rate and stuff like that. So to be more specific, what was it that what was a certain incident that happened in your life that said, you know what, I have to learn how to protect myself?
The first real incident I'll say was a relationship I was in, and we both put our hands on each other.
Mm.
So he caught me off guard, and he came at me, and I just reacted. So, it wasn't like a brawl, or it wasn't, like ugly, ugly, but it was like shocking, like did he just put his hands on me, or did he just try to attack me, or out of retaliation of probably my smart ass mouth, but whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
It didn't want him coming at me like
yeah.
that. And I didn't back down or anything, but after that, because he uh I laugh now, but he choked me.
Mm.
He like went to choke me, and I'm talking about I was just windmilling. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm just, I'm using every energy instead of, and it's funny because once I trained and they teach you, what to do, I was nowhere near any of the moves to try to get him to release me. And I think the only thing that released me was like, I mean, I don't really think he was trying to kill me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He just chose a very horrible way to try to restrain me.
Right, right, right.
So after that, I'm side eyed. And I'm like, so now every time we argue,
Mm-hmm.
I'm the aggressor.
Mm.
I'm not going to wait till you put hands on me. I'm already expecting that.
Right.
So they call that like survivor violence,
Mm.
you know, and that's the type of violence that'll end your ass up in jail,
Right,
ladies,
right, right.
where you're taking, what I mean? You're taking it from your bully or whoever, and now it's a defense mechanism, so but you're really an aggressor now.
Mm.
And so then that carried on into other relationships,
Uh-huh.
and just I felt like started kind of molding me as a person. Like it took me back to my childhood again, where somebody buck at you, you stand up for yourself. And because I have older brothers,
Mm.
it didn't matter to me that it was a dude. I was used to that.
Okay.
So so that's what started. But But again, I didn't like the feeling of getting choked
Mm.
and not knowing what to do in that moment.
Right.
So that began a journey um, to defending myself more through technique and strategy, and not just thinking I'm tough and know how to fight.
Right. 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 Interesting. 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 And it's always because we had talked about not self defense, but domestic violence a few months back or whatever. I was part of the same thing too, where where I was being abused, and then I was helping in the abuse too. You know what I'm saying? Just just about like fighting back. You know what I mean? Like I was never the aggressive type of person. You know what I'm saying? But like once those type of situations happen, like I automatically get in that mode. Like okay, man, shit. Now I got to defend myself because I know some shit gonna get thrown at me. Some blows about to happen. And I mean, I actually, what I'm saying, I went to jail for that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, we've all talked about it. That's water under the bridge. But you know, but see, coming from a woman, because see, most women, this is very important though. Most stories I hear about women that go through domestic violence like that, okay, it just kind of ends right there. Like they may get over it and anything like that, but I never heard a story quite like yours into where you turn that tragedy into triumph as far as becoming skilled in self defense techniques. So tell me how that transition happened from there to there.
Um, I think that was more of I mean, it's definitely a relief, something that I felt like other people, especially
Mm-hmm.
women, needed to know, because I just started realizing like we don't even think like that. Like, a lot of people, we're just tough by nature because of maybe our environment or whatever. So we don't go out here really expecting
Right.
anything to go down or happen. And we just think that we're prepared for that. But with with mine, I just needed something
Mm-hmm.
positive. I went through like some depression, some anxiety. I was
Mm-hmm.
angry. Hormones was jacked up because of diabetes, and I didn't know
Yeah.
it. So I had a lot of emotion and things going on, and I wasn't doing well controlling it. I'm snapping on
Mm.
people. I'm just angry. I just, come off that way, and I don't know what's going on. So, like, I've always been active and like working out. So then that's when the MMA and that, punching the bag, hitting mitts, and channeling that energy into something that's gonna wear you out. Like that workout, you going home, you going to bed. You ain't got time to be arguing nobody. Tired.
Right.
So it was great. And I'm gonna tell you, ladies and probably gentlemen, but I can only speak from a lady's point of view.
True.
Man, you talking about get your body right. So if you're out here, you can kill a lot of birds with one stone. You can get out here and learn some technique,
Yeah.
be able to protect yourself, and walk around here fine. So, I highly recommend it. And but the confidence that comes with that.
Mm-hmm.
But what even that turned into for me was it opened this opportunity to learn discipline.
Okay.
And really that's like the biggest gift you get from self defense and martial arts, at least for me, because it was so much chaos going on in my life. And I'm talking about not just external chaos, like mental.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I ain't the only one crazy. Y'all crazy too. And a lot of y'all know what I'm talking about. The I don't want to say the voices because that does sound crazy, but I know I'm not the only person that done sat in front of the mirror and reenacted like what I should have said and went hard on this pretend person in the mirror
Yeah. Yeah.
just to release it. You know what I mean? Like because somebody might catch it. So that's what training does. Even on the gun side, the weapon side of it,
Mm-hmm.
it's this release. So if you have an issue with anger, anxiety, and you need somewhere to put that,
Yeah.
I would recommend martial arts or, firearms training. That's to protect yourself. It's bigger than being able to protect the physical.
Mm-hmm.
Like it starts that fight with dude, and it wasn't the guy that I moved to Memphis that I was in love with. This was like, rebound or something.
Right.
Um, that if mentally I was in a good place and if I had discipline and control over my emotions,
Mm-hmm.
I would have never been in a situation where I was getting choked because I would not have ever been in a relationship with somebody who carries himself like that. But the thing is, I can't blame who he was. I attracted that because that's who I was at the time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just didn't.
I got you. So, With that be saying, like, as far as that, like, so I mean, what's the best part? What's the best part about, like, the work that you do? Like, what kind of joy do you get out of that, man? What does it do to you?
It feels good walking around, not worried about if somebody's gonna mess with you.
Uh,
Not to say that it keeps it from happening,
right,
but you just know that you have some type of plan. So, you're prepared for that. So I'm confident as a mom that's single. When I'm out with my children, I can have a good time. I can feel at peace,
mm,
but my antennas are up because that is a challenging job. I will say that when you're a single parent, or even if you're married, but you're just a parent, it's not both of y'all at the same time with the kids.
right,
You're trying to have fun with your children. You're trying to be engaged with what's going on, but you have to be security.
right.
You have to, that your intuition has to be on point. You have to, and that's a lot. Sometimes I just want to be mom. I don't want to have to be, Beauty and the Beast all the time. Sometimes I just want to be Beauty. But right now, I'm gonna keep plugging that I'm single. I hope it don't make me sound thirsty, but damn it, it's hot out here. Um, but yeah, so if you're trying to holler at me, I'm looking for a partner that can hold it down so I can take a break. Let Chitara take a minute off. Jenny,
Okay, okay,
Bruce
okay.
Lee need a moment.
So shout out to
I'm
everybody
looking.
that just came in. What's up, Amber? You know what I'm saying? And Cameron Howard and all that. I'm going back and forth between my pages, but y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe, like y'all not already. But everybody who's watching right now, I need y'all to share this on y'all screen. Just start a little watch party and let that junk roll. You know what I'm saying? Because we're just tipping. We are just tipping. We are just on the tip of the iceberg, because we're really going to get real juicy, because we're going to integrate a couple of incidents that's going on right now in America and applying it to what Tanea does. So, all right, so I'm gonna read real quick. This is basically, it was kind of like a little statement you said on here. You were like, "Who am I?" And you said, "You are aware of what is going on around you because you are oh no, you says you are unaware of what is going on around you because you are unaware of what is going on inside you." Explain that real quick.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Man, it goes to that like knowledge of
Uh
self,
huh.
which I think goes over a lot of people's heads because it went way over mine at first until I really started figuring out who I
Mm,
am. But man, your health is your wealth. What you put inside your body. It starts with what you eat.
mm,
I know a lot of people are on the sea moss gel, and that's great. Get those minerals in and things like that, eating vegan diets or, just more healthier foods. Your intuition needs that.
yeah.
You know what I mean? How are you going to be aware of what's going on? How are you going to feel the energy when you're so dense on the inside?
Right.
So you have to, especially if you know you're going somewhere where it's going to be a lot of people, big crowds and things like that. Like those are good days to fast,
Mm,
or do make sure you're doing clean eating or fast a couple of days before that because you need to feel what's going on around you.
yeah. Yeah.
And and it makes you more aware. Your spidey senses need to be able to kick in
Yeah.
naturally.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful. It's the same as like when you go somewhere and you're consuming alcohol or drugs.
Right.
Your decision making is not the best. Well, it's the same with your food. You got itis. You know what I mean? You had all them ribs, the baked potato, and now you got itis. You sitting back, you not at your best. Somebody kicking the door,
Mm,
they ready to throw down,
mm,
and you not at your best.
mm.
You know what I mean? And we don't think that far ahead, but fighting, if you go 3 minutes, just one round, that's work.
Oh yeah.
That's tiring.
Yes.
Just stand and shadow box, stand and get in your stance and just punch. Throw that jab 50 times nonstop to the
Mm.
air. Your arm is tired if you're not working out.
Oh man.
So you're gonna beat up for real, for real. Adrenaline's gonna kick in,
Right. Right.
don't get me wrong.
Right.
I mean, your beats come out in a survival situation, but why not be ready for that?
True that. True that. So being that you said that, so let's tap into what's going on. Right now, everybody's getting heated about this situation, and everybody's got their own opinion and how they feel about the situation. But instead of focusing on what people feel like the agenda is and all that. Let's focus on ourselves. Let's focus on what you focus on and what you're trained in. And so I'm gonna give you this scenario, based off of what's going on TV right now for all that we see. But now, so this the situation, you know what I'm saying, with Mr. Arbery here. All right, rest in peace to him. All right, so I know we talked about it briefly a little bit before we got online, but knowing what we know, which is not everything, but just from what we've seen, there's rumors that okay, he was just a regular jogger, and other people say, yeah, in a robbery case being investigated and stuff like that. But let's just say that you were Arbery, right? And you were jogging down the street, you know what I'm saying, and you get confronted, by two men, that's parked on the side of the road in a truck. One's got a shotgun, one's got a handgun, and you're kind of fearing for your life. Now, due to what you are skilled in, what's the first thing that comes to mind, as that happens? Like, what have you been trained to do in a situation like that?
Well, first and foremost, if I'm out jogging,
Mm-hmm.
I'm aware of where I'm jogging at. So I'm very familiar with that landscaping, the people in that neighborhood, it's somewhere I'm comfortable.
Mm.
Um, I'll be honest, I'm not stopping. So you confronting me is gonna be you walking while I'm still going. I'm gonna figure out the best way to run. Like, real talk. I'm not trying to get close to you. I'm not trying to allow you to get close to me. It's two of you. You're a man. You're bigger than I am. So I'm already taking those things into consideration, that my chance of arm to arm, and they have weapons.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm looking at, all right, I already know to my left is wood, so I'm about to jet left, or I'm gonna try to distract some way, but I'm jogging with pepper spray,
Yeah.
with something that I can, you gotta be creative, but you gotta focus on getting the hell up out of there.
Mm.
Like, we don't need to argue. Like I said, I'm not trying to let you get close to me. I'm jetting. If you grab me, it's the back of my shirt.
Yeah. So in a situation, so let me ask you this. Basically, I guess in a way, are you kind of saying you probably wouldn't have done what Arbery had done as far as attacking the aggressor? Because when you say self defense, I'm listening to the word defense. So you're not playing offense. You're defending yourself, and a lot of people would think, "Oh, we're running. That's just pussy." Da, 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 nobody do that. But we're talking about your life here. So, um, do you feel that or without defaming your character, but this is your opinion, like, do you feel that he just kind of made do you feel like he made the wrong decisions as far as coming after aggressor or like that? Like, what would make a person do that in your opinion?
I mean, his adrenaline kicked in. Again, the difference too between me and Mr. Ma is he's a man
Mm-hmm.
versus me being a woman. So maybe, his man kicked in, and I don't know what he might be trained in or not. But maybe just that adrenaline kicked in, and he's like, I'm going to try to take this weapon from him, or, try to better the situation. Um, I'll be honest, I watched the video one time.
Mm-hmm.
I have not studied it, just mentally
Yeah.
can't deal with it, but um I commend him for fighting. Like, I'll say this, the decision he made
Yeah.
was good for him because he committed. Whichever decision you make, your first thing you have to do is commit. So if
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight, I have to commit to fighting. If I'm gonna flight, I have to commit to flighting. You see what
Mm.
I'm saying?
True that.
So even if, in self defense, when I train, I get talked bad to a lot because I don't run during training, but you have to
Mm.
train like you fight. My trainer, JC Shegog, shout out to him,
Yeah.
that I work with in Nashville, he's always making me, once I do the moves, boom, take off. So that's because it's sports, people, muscle memory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you're training and you practicing certain things, it just kicks in. You know what I mean? So you'll be able to do it. But yeah, I don't knock what he did.
Uh-huh.
And I commend him for committing to what he did to in that situation.
Yeah, and that's deep. So I know we also talking. I kind of want you to reiterate what we were talking about earlier. How, well, okay, for the promo, for example, for everybody that saw the promo, with Miss McClean on there, when she when when it came on, like I was just seeing all types of gunshots and stuff like that in the background. I'm like, man, they got a war going on back there. But then you were telling me that which made me think a little bit as far as I'm just gonna keep it real within our black community. Sometimes I feel like sometimes I feel like we shoot at the wrong person, and I'm not trying to say we're trying to come after white folks and shoot and kill them. I'm just saying that we seem to come after ourselves before anybody else when it comes to this, and we always seem to turn a blind eye when we do that to ourselves. And I know that's an argument within the community. Well, you can't be talking about black on black crime and all that stuff like that. Well, why can't we? In a way, like, why can't we? Because we know that happens and that turns a blind eye. We're never prepared. Yeah, we're never prepared when it really counts. And you were telling me something specifically about, it's like, man, I just came with one gun, but these other Americans, other white guys came in here. Like, tell that story real quick, man. Like, how prepared they are
Yeah.
compared to us.
Yes. So I went with one of my cousins who happens to be married to a
Hmm.
Caucasian. And so we went to her in law's
Yeah,
home. I heard they had a lot of guns, some sharpshooters, some real trained people over there. So I'm like, shoot, I want to go shoot with them.
yeah, yeah.
So we went over there, and her father in law like opens up this big safe like in the laundry closet.
Hmm.
It's got rifles, shotguns, ARs, and it's got like 10 different 9 millimeters in
Damn.
there. They're like guns for competition, guns for just, then he takes us in the room. He's pulling out all these little bags. They each got like two straps in them.
Dang.
And, he's like, well, this the one I carry all the time. And and I'm like, man, they have reusable bullets. This was at their home. It was a gun range out there, just like that's what was in the background.
Yeah,
You was hearing all the shots, like three people shooting
yeah,
at the same time. This is at their
yeah.
home.
Huh.
And I'm like, I just left and I said, man, black people ain't ready. Y'all are not ready. Yeah, we are not. I'm gonna say we not ready because I don't have that many guns.
Right, right.
I only got two hands. But but I do deal with people that they roll like that, and that it made me check my circle. I felt good, like shit. I'm glad I know these people because if it go down, don't look for me in Bedford County. I'm gonna be in Chattanooga where all the weapons
Yeah, yeah.
at,
Ooh,
where they,
message.
where the shooters.
Okay. That's where the guns at in Chattown?
Hey, that's where I was at, and I seen enough for both my hands. So I was like, and they know what they doing. But but it opened my mind up.
Yeah.
And you go on social media, we see what happened. It's the same old story. It's the same problem, but what's the next solution? I know we're about to get Carlos on here, and we're going to talk about, he's going to break the video down and, say what should have or could have been done, or maybe what he could have done different, or what you should do in this situation. But I just want you to open your mind because we have to shift the mindset. I'm not trying to scare you or anything like that. I'm just trying to say, hey, be prepared. Like, this is real life. Like, Ahmad is somebody, Tamir Rice is somebody, Trayvon Martin. These are real people.
Mm,
These were not thugs that was out in the shootout with the police
right.
and caught the work, bad end of the deal. These were just people out minding their business,
Yeah.
just being black in America. And that's enough to get your ass smoked on these streets. And that's just sad.
Yeah. So I mean, with you saying that though, like it's like you do you. I guess I'll ask. You do feel that in the black community, black people, like you said, you don't think that we're prepared enough. It's like I said, it goes back to we're prepared enough to go after each other, but there's a lot of things that we should be educated on as far as what we can do, legally. Because here is my I ain't gonna say theory. This is just my statement on this, man. Rather it's a racist thing or not. Let's just say it like this. Matter of fact, let's just say that it is. Those people whom are racist that come after black men or black women, let's just say if that's the case, they have no fear of us because we don't come prepared. In the back of their mind, they already see us as a victim. We look at ourselves as a victim. Oh, it's me, always coming after us, or we're a target. Okay, well, when are we gonna stop being targets? You know what I'm saying? And like old boy said, my boy Johnny sent me some stuff or whatever. He's like, when are we gonna stop being targets and start shooting back? You know what I mean? Like it seems like that's the only way that we can get some type of respect. I don't mean to go back and just kill other people, but to let them know, hey, I'm just as strapped as you are. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna need you guys to respect, that we're not ignorant of what's really going on right here. Like, do you kind of agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that. There's three rights you need to always
All
remember
right.
that you have. You have the right to bear arms, you have the right to defend yourself, and you have the right to remain silent after you bear arms and defend yourself.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so Ida B. Wells, who was a huge advocate for Second Amendment rights, the right to bear arms back in the day,
Mm.
because that's how white folks was getting you up off your land
Mm.
and coming and taking it because they had guns and you didn't. You know, now since you don't have the property for them to come run you up off of and shoot you, they just shooting you for sport.
Yeah.
They don't even need anything. They just rolling up like they did this young man, just rolled up on them for sport.
Mm.
Had somebody ready to video and everything. So yeah, and the sad part is we have to say we'll shoot back
Right.
because they're hunting us, so you still even have to wait for them to draw the
Yeah.
gun on you.
They
It's like
don't
you
even
have to
need
go
anything. They just rolling up.
assuming that.
Right.
So, but what you were saying, like with black on black crime, and we'll shoot at each other before we shoot at other people.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier to shoot at other black people. I think mentally for some is
Yes.
because you don't value yourself,
Woo, hold on.
and that person looks
Can
like
I get
you.
a horn real quick for that? Oh, my bad. Just look. Okay, you can't say that one more time for the people in the back because that was a good one.
It's easy to go destroy and kill and tear down other black people because at the end of the day you don't love yourself. That's why the slogan is protect yourself, because if you're not willing to protect you, you're not going to protect your
Yeah.
community, you're not going to protect your children, because you don't see value in other black people. You know why we don't why we don't shoot back at the racists that shoot at us? Because we have been brainwashed and taught that white is superior, or that that's pure, and that that's something pretty
Mm.
and black is something ugly. So you think all hell is going to break loose if I do defend myself against this white person. But if you don't defend yourself against a black person, now you are punk, you are this, within your own community. So we feel the need to be tough against each other, but instead, but then we're collectively even afraid to still confront the real oppressor. But see, if you ask the average person, especially the average black person, who their enemy is,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna say the white man or the
Yeah, yeah,
government or
yeah.
the education system, the prison system. But if you don't say you first,
Mm.
if I say who is your enemy and you don't say I am my own enemy,
Yeah.
because that's the only enemy you can conquer. That's the only enemy that you can, get tamed. So until you stop fighting yourself and really confront the enemy within you,
Mm-hmm.
you don't stand a chance out here against anybody, let alone white people.
Definitely, definitely. Shout out to Markeisha Hayward. Actually, Markeisha, she's another one. She's training in what she is a trainer in self defense techniques and stuff, and knowing how to handle that piece, So shout out to her. She's in Murfreesboro. I knew that she would like this. And what we're gonna do? Oh yeah. Now what we're gonna do here? Because I got to say this one thing before we do. But we're actually gonna get in contact. You know what I'm saying, with your homie you connected us to, man. He goes by the name of Carlos Cummins, and we were watching some of the moves he was doing online, and he did this little ankle lock or whatever. Like, look, I ain't. My producer was like, man, I got bad ankles. I can't fuck with him, bro. Like, I'm gonna have to Ric Flair his ass, and, and you know what I'm saying, hit him with a chair or something. But this dude is a beast, man. But like, just going back to what you said, because he said he was ready. But just going back to what you said before we switch over to him to call him, it's true. We have devalued ourselves psychologically, subconsciously. You know what I'm saying? As black people, we just think that we want to talk like we all this and that, but at the end of the day, we do kind of freeze up when we're around certain white people, so to speak. It almost seems like that we have to do certain things to get their attention or to get their graces and stuff like that. Or even when we were just talking about some things going on in my hometown where this white guy was saying nigger. You know what I'm saying? And the black guy was defending him. You know what I mean? And somewhere along the line, we have to uh, stop that train of thought and letting them think that it's okay. Know that, not even say nobody's superior than the other, but we are equal to you. God made us all the same. You feel what I'm saying? And we shouldn't think no less than anybody else thinks of us. We are kings. We are kings and we are queens. We are smart, intelligent, athletic. We can do anything we want to do. Y'all hear me? You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm going to give my man Carlos Cummins a call. He's coming out of Florida. And this dude is a beast. Producer, are you ready for me to give him a call? All right, so we're going to give him a ring. So y'all know how we do this. So just stay on the line, Tanea, and we're going to get him on real quick. So y'all might hear a little, but that's how we roll around here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Nino. Let me. I'm going to see what he said here. Feel like a real radio show, don't it?
Yeah.
Carlos.
Hey, what's going on?
Chilling, man. We live. We live and live, my brother.
Okay, what's going on? What's going on? I'm listening to y'all.
Okay.
Y'all making some good points. Y'all missing some good points.
All right,
Yeah, y'all doing some good points.
Trying to, man. I want to make sure, Tanea, can you hear him also?
I can. What's up, Carlos? CCS in the building.
Already. So, all right, so we got Carlos Cummings on here, man. And like I said, man, just from the snippets that we were watching, just a few hours ago, this man is highly trained in self-defense techniques and stuff. And I didn't get the chance to talk to him too much about what he was doing. We just want to get the technical things out the way. But I'm gonna have Carlos just kind of give us a brief introduction, of what you do, how you came up in it, and get you to explain some things when we show a video clip here in a few minutes.
Hey guys, my name is Carlos Cummins. I'm the owner of Cummings Combat Sambo Mixed Martial Arts Academy here in Panama City Beach, Florida.
Word.
I've been doing martial arts since I'm gonna say 13 years old. I started out in tried to do a little taekwondo, but I was too chubby for that, so I went to judo.
All right.
So and I took judo and ran with it basically, and I got all the way up as I am right now. I'm up to a second dan, that's a second degree black belt in judo.
All right.
I also one of the mixed martial arts coaches. I do a lot of. I train with some of the guys that went on to the UFC and to other fighting establishments as well. That goes on. Yeah, it's just been fun. I had a trainer. Me and my wife traveled. She was a travel nurse, Eureka Cummings.
Okay.
She stuck by me and putting up with my mess and all this training and all these surgeries I done had, going through competition. And some ups and some down. Then I started, but before then, I was always into guns and knives and stuff. And this is, right along with martial arts, because a lot of martial artists believe in certain, code of ethics.
Okay.
And with me, my instructor, his name was Manny Javahari.
Okay.
And he was from Iran.
Okay.
And he taught me somewhat like guerrilla warfare fighting, like actually knowing how to shoot instead of, what people see on TV. It doesn't go like that.
So yeah, and the sad part is
it doesn't run like that.
And
Y'all notice that right now as this case going on with Ahmad. A lot of people like to go see these movies that John Wick, and they're great movies. They're outstanding movies. I know some of the stuntmen and all that there. They're great movies, but it's still a movie. People come back from the movie compared to what Ahmad went through. You understand?
Yeah.
So, but that's a little bit of my background going through all of this. I've been training for over, I'm in 40 plus myself.
Yeah.
So I've been training for over 25 years.
Woo. So you know how to whoop a dude ass thoroughly then.
I tell people this. I tell my students now. That, hey, I'm becoming an old man. Y'all can beat up on me now, and they be like, "No, coach, but you know so much." I'm like, yeah, but shoot, I wish I had that youth like I did shoot, 25 years ago.
Yeah. So, man, let me ask you a quick question because we're gonna show a clip here in a little bit and kind of have you explain the clip that you gave us. So I'm gonna give you the same scenario like I gave Miss Tanea here, and of course, we're kind of aware, just what the media has shown us as far as what's going on with Mr. Arbery, rest in peace. And let me ask you, if you were in that situation that he was in, let's just leave out all the speculation prior to the incident, but if you were in that situation that he was in, how would you have handled that?
Well, now, like I said, this is my own personal thing because you have a lot of instructors and tactical instructors that do certain things. I'm not saying mine is perfect, but this is what I would do. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's my theory. Okay, when he was jogging, first of all, let's back it up for 40. Okay, we're gonna go back a little bit. People, the media on both ends, left or right, on both ends, tell two different stories, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere along them stories is the truth, correct?
True.
Okay, then. First of all, they said that he was going through people's, homes they getting built or rebuilt or whatever, correct?
Correct.
Okay, but in the same breath, the same owners on national TV, the same owner said nothing was taken. He just went in there. You can look this up yourself. You can research yourself as everybody else do nowadays.
Okay.
It wasn't nothing taken. Now, let me ask you a question real quick, and I'm going to go along with this.
Yeah.
You or Tanea.
All right.
You have been in model homes where you or your significant other, you or your friend have walked up into a house and looked around and said, well, damn, this house going to be nice when it gets done.
Yep.
Come on now.
Yep.
I have walked into model homes myself and looked around and said, dog, when they finish this structure, it's going to be nice.
Right.
Everybody has did it.
Right.
Everybody has did it. So so he did that, right? So let's get that out the way.
Okay.
So the people, they was to start, the people that's getting their house built, they was even hurt from what the incident happened. So you start back jogging. Now keep in mind, now we going, and I'm saying this humbly, we're going to not think about a mile for 1 second.
Okay.
We're going to look for the surroundings. Look for your surroundings. On one side, on the right side, he had trees and everything. It wasn't a lot of trees because you still see some skylight and everything else.
Right.
You see some trees on that side, but he was too far from that. But on the left side, he was close to them trees on the left side if you look at the video. Two things would have happened because always remember this. When he got shot that first time, he was still fighting.
True. Yeah.
Think about it. He was still fighting. His adrenaline was still going.
Right.
Who's to say that when he said, now, before they even got out the truck, well, whenever they got out the truck, you know what I'm saying? We don't know if they was going to shoot or not, but the way their intentions getting out of there with a shotgun, they was going to shoot anyway. I don't care who. People can't tell me nothing different. You getting out with a shotgun instead of your hands and saying, hey, I think you took something from this house. Nobody just gets out of a car with a shotgun, number one.
Okay, I feel you.
You understand?
Yeah.
Number two, you got trees and stuff all on that side. When he got out with that shotgun, he wasn't thinking, and I understand. I knew things was going through his mind probably. Who knows?
Right.
I would have took off straight through the woods. Look at the video and look where he was. The trees on one side of one of the lot, but on the other side, I don't know if there's a gate there or not because it ain't showing. It's kind of vague.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't, I would have went straight through the woods. And if they would have shot, these I know a lot of the bug shots when they got me because you got trees over there.
Are y'all listening?
Knew how to dig.
No, I'm
if
not
y'all
talking to the
know
crowd.
about.
No, go right ahead, my man. I'm just talking to the people. Make sure they listening.
Okay, then. So always remember this. I'm not saying he wasn't the guy shot in the back because they shooters in the back as well.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he would have had a little fighting chance. He probably would have got shot. Who knows? Even in a fist fight, if you're going to fight somebody with your fist, you're not going to dodge every punch. Make sense what I'm saying, sir?
No, it does.
So when you going through that, he should have took off. If they would have shot him in the back, it would have been worse. I'm sorry. It would have been. But at least he would have took off. That's like Tanea was saying. I'm going to pick it back off her.
Yeah.
Fight or flight. I would have took off running.
Yeah.
because he didn't have no weapon. He stood there. He would have took off running. I mean, it's fight or flight. Like you said, you committed on one or you committed on the other. And I commend her for that. You committed on one or you
Yeah.
committed on the other. Nine times out of 10, I would have took off running through the woods, probably zigzag, probably tried to get as far as I can because I looked at the size of those guys.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I looked at him. He was an athletic young man.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, he would have outran them, just being honest.
Right.
Number two, with them, the only reach they would have had is with their shotgun and their buckshot coming out of there.
Yeah.
That's the only chance they got. They couldn't outran it. He was too athletic. So, but instead, Ahmad stood firm and stood his ground, dug in, and gave it all he got till the end.
That's real, man.
You understand?
Oh no, I understand. And let me go back to let's see. Johnny Levitt says, "True. Unfortunately, black on black crime exists." And we're going back to Nino. Nino was responding back to me and saying that we are superior. Now, bro, I feel you on that, and I understand the mentality. You know what I'm saying, that we need to take. But I guess what I'm trying to say is just as far as finding an equal playing field in the sense, because I know there's some people that's be like, all right, man, fuck these people, we about to take over this whole shit, man, we run the world, we're better than you and all this stuff like that.
Yeah,
I can understand. Yeah, I understand the mentality of it. You know what I'm saying? But realistically, you know what I'm saying? We have to basically, if they may think that they're superior over us, you know what I'm saying? And that sometimes that just happens. When Jesus died, people thought they were better than him, but how humble he was, knowing that, okay, y'all may think this is what it is, but I'm making an ultimate sacrifice right now. But I mean, the main point of what I'm trying to say is, my man, is like, and this is to a listener of mine, we can't go tit for tat on who's better than who, because we're really not going to get anywhere from that, in a sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, what you guys are saying is that we have to work with ourselves internally. You have to know within yourself who you are. That's what she said. Take care of yourself. Know who you are. Value yourself. So therefore, if they look at you in a way that you're less than, you're not gonna take that energy, because you know who you are yourself. Like, that's what I'm saying. We're just as equal as they are. That doesn't make us any less than they are, because, to be honest, God did make us all the same. Now, people may have different mentalities, you know what I mean? And I know, as a black community, ours has been psychologically oppressed, in our subconscious, and that's what we're trying to get out of, to kind of stop this mess. If you want them people or the racist people to fear us, it's not about being superior. It's about knowing who you are and making them have the respect to say, okay, I'm coming prepared. You know what I'm saying? I got my weapon. I got my self-defense techniques and stuff like that. And we got another one that says, we do discuss black on black crime. Understand there's a difference between black versus white crime and black versus systematic racism, black versus police crimes. White people in power do not fear us is because they know the system is not designed to protect us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, salute to you, Nino Black, Sade West. And
okay.
So what we're gonna do is, Mr. Carlos, we're gonna show this clip or whatever that you have given us or whatnot, and once that pops up on the screen, I want you to kind of just explain what you got going on right there. And when that does pop up, before that pops up, let me ask y'all a question while it gets that settled in. How, in your opinion, like, what do y'all think the first thing we need to do as a community, first, out of all this shit that's going on right now? What do we need to stop, drop, and think about first? First move.
Are you talking, sir? You talking to me, or you talking to
both of you guys? Yeah.
First
ahead,
of all,
Carlos.
let me tell you what we need to stop doing.
Okay.
Let me tell you what we really need to stop doing, sir.
All right.
It's the simple fact that, and you may get backlash on this, or I may get backlash, but I don't care.
All good.
The problem is, this is the problem what we have with us. Now, I'm talking about my people, because I am African American.
Gotcha.
Or black. This is the problem we need to stop. Stop thinking that we can't do. You know what I'm saying? How in the hell? I was always taught this. My instructor taught me this, and I told Tanea this.
Yeah.
How the lion is always dead because the hunter's the one telling the story. How the lion gonna talk when the hunter's telling the story? Think about that. How is a lion? If we call kings and we're called in Jamaica and we all have the lions, man, when they got dreads and they call them kings, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Why we always dying and the hunters telling our story? Think about what I just said. The hunter is always telling the story because the lion is not there because either he's incarcerated or he's in jail. Why we can't do? What I mean by that is why you see, and I'm not trying to be mean on this.
Nah, it's okay.
Why do we see it? Why do we see Christopher, Becky, Calvin, Donald, all of them go skydiving, go hunting, rock climbing, they go paddle boarding, they try different things that black people won't do. Yeah. I've witnessed this firsthand. I've had groups of black people tell me what they ain't gonna do and will not try it. But I have white people will put their hair in bonnet and say, let's go do it.
Yes. No fear.
Think about what I just said. Yeah. Think about what I just said. They will do that. But guess what? I'm from black women to black men. Man, it's too hot out there, man. I can't do that shit, my nigga. Man, girls, I can't get in the water like that. It's too hot outside. I don't do outside.
Yeah.
Is that deal? Is that us?
No, that's real. That's real. That's real to Holyfield.
You'll get Becky, throw some damn sunscreen on and get her ass out there with some hiking boots, and we'll do it and walk the trail. Yep. That's why I said we do not do that. Let me tell you why. Because it seems like, think about this. It seems like this, sir. It seems like in our head, slave slash European. That's what we caught up in. We still in that slave, Willie Lynch mentality of we hate each other, but just enough European to say, I have made it.
Shots fired. Oh my God. So Tanea, what do you have to say, with that, man? What can you add to that? This is great.
Before we shoot at other people, first step is I think, especially after this incident that has occurred a million times, it feels like it's just what's next. Like I said, we jog with a mod and that's cool, but are we gonna train for a mod? Are we gonna do self-defense for a mod? Are we gonna go to the gun range for a mod? Yes. What he's talking about when he said, Becky's out here hiking and Becky's out here learning camping and learning how to survive off the land, and Tanea's out here going shopping, and Tanea's at the everyday party and want to toast it up and take a bunch of pictures. But see, what Becky's doing for extracurricular activity and calling it fun is survival stuff. Versus what I'm doing is not survival. You see what I'm saying? So that's what he's saying. And again, it's back to that muscle memory. If you just go to hiking because you love it, you know how to prepare to be out there to hike for hours, be in the sun. So now when a situation happens and you stuck out here in the woods, we think of survival and self-defense just fighting. You know what I mean? And it's so deeper than that. It's so deeper than that, especially now with this virus and how society is changing. Yes. Like I said, I've been out here with the public, and some of y'all gonna have a rude awakening because these people are on
one, man. And so this is a good segue to this video clip that my producer's loading up. And Mr. Carlos, man, from what you sent us, can you kind of, can you explain? This is a 3-minute clip here. Can you kind of explain what it is, what it is that you're doing? You know what I'm saying? And what is this called? And give us a little rundown.
Okay, some people call it the clover leaf ankle lock. This on this one right here. This is in an MMA, octagon situation where people do ankle locks, and some of them do different type of strangle holds and submission holds. All I'm doing is when I'm trying to move out the way for a strike, I will fake the strike and tie his legs up.
Okay.
And then I set my butt up under him and cross my legs around both of his legs where he can't get out. He cannot escape. He cannot punch me either because his arms are not that long because I'm the further down of his body.
Yeah. Ooh.
So at that point, I will lace my arms under and start applying pressure so
Ouch.
he can tap out or worse.
Yeah, I'm looking at I'm looking at how you first of all you got his legs folded up like a little pretzel. I already know what that feels like when you put both of your ankle bones. I don't know what bone that is by the calf when them two hit together like that or whatever.
Right.
Like what you now? Let me ask you this. And I'm pretty sure you probably had it done on you, so you know what is the feeling? What does that
Yes.
shit
Oh,
feel
yes.
like? I know it
Oh, it
hurts.
hurts so bad. If people say just use leverage. Well, leverage is a big part of it,
Yeah.
but you also got to have some type of strength behind anything you do. So if a person that is just as strong and have the leverage, I've seen people literally, even in competition, have their shin, that part of their shin, completely fractured,
Hmm. Hmm.
like fractured. Yeah, completely fractured. So it gets deadly because people don't understand the fight game. A lot of people that's I'm gonna say that ain't never been trained properly or never trained at all.
Yeah.
The first thing in an altercation, even on the street, if you do not have a weapon on you and you got your fist,
Yeah.
what's the first thing they try to do? They try to swing and knock your head
Swing it.
off.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Or they'll try to swing, if they don't knock your head off, they'll try to tussle with you and try to pick you up and slam
Whoo.
you,
Whoo.
right?
Yep.
But the problem is this. You always hear their friends at the clubs or wherever you be at.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing come out their mouth, beat his ass after you slam them. You hear your friends or their friends make that sound. Ooh,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you hear that. But the problem is with me, I love to slam because guess what? Once you get me on the ground, you're not getting back up because I'm an octopus. So you got the slam, man, and everybody saying ooh, but there's a difference between saying ooh compared to you feeling your bones break and then that ooh go to get him off of you. Get him off of you. You weren't saying that when you told him to slam me. You know what I'm saying? So this is it. This is the difference here, sir.
All
Sir,
right.
the difference is it. And this is a quote that I learned from another instructor.
Okay.
I am the shark. The ground is my ocean. And a lot of people don't know how to swim.
Mm. Ooh. Ooh.
Mm,
Ooh. Say that one more time for
mm.
the one time.
I am the shark.
Mm-hmm.
The ground is my ocean. And a lot of people don't know how to swim.
Had
So
to
if you
hit
take
him.
me to the ground, huh?
Yeah, I know we had to end with the boom on that one, man. Because you know what I mean. The funny part is that I mean the stigma, not the stigma, but the stereotype is the black people can't swim.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people don't know how to swim. So picture being tangled up once you take me to the ground. Some people like to get, it's according to how you fall. That's why we practice different falls and stuff.
Yeah.
If when I fall and I lock my legs up around you and you still trying to swing and my body's getting closer to you and I start choking you out,
Yeah.
you go from swinging to trying to gasp for air,
Yeah.
then I'm going to be like, what? And I'll be talking to you in your ear. What happened? What happened to all the fights you had?
It ain't no more because my ankles shot, Negro. My ankles are shattered.
Or the ankles are shot, or you get behind them and put a choke in, and they start gagging for air, and I'm like, you see what they'll feel like. See, the difference on either end is black folks and even white folks. Nobody, especially my kind too, black white people, because I don't, I'm not white. I'm gonna let you know that now. I'm not white, so I don't know.
Right.
But black people, I can speak upon this.
Okay.
I've been in a lot of fights, and I tell you this: black people don't believe shit until shit happens, and when it happens and it's devastated, then your mama want to come in and crying because you done took your son out and she think he's dead because he done fucked up.
That is true. That is so true. I mean, there's some. Whoo, I'm trying to think. Would that be hypocrisy, or would that be what is that word? Contradicting, in a sense. And
Yeah.
in a way, and then, see, look now. Let me just make sure to tell all. First of all, shout out to all the listeners and everybody that's on right now. Y'all make sure y'all share this. We're having a good conversation about self-defense techniques, and we're kind of using a situation that's going on right now. With the whole Aubrey case and everything, rest in peace to him, and the prayers out to his family. Everybody, make sure that you follow Miss Tanea McClean and Carlos Cummings. He's on Facebook because we actually pulled up some of his stuff on there. Carlos Cummings out of Florida. And I want you guys to like the page, Royce's Rant page. I want you to go follow them and like them. Follow me on Royce's Rant podcast. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. Y'all like it if y'all feel it. I see that y'all in. That means, that even though there's not a lot of comments, I'm hearing people are listening. This is and I like it when they get like that. I like it when they start to listen. You know what I'm saying? I like that a lot, man. And so yeah, what do we got? Oh yes, all right. So let's talk about like the danger zone in a sense. Like what? And I've heard that terminology before. As far as what you guys have been trained in or whatnot. But what is the danger zone? Have you heard of that terminology before?
Yeah. A lot of people make up things. The danger zone. Yeah, it's when you. How can I explain it? Jesus. To me, I call it in the danger zone
Okay.
because you are in a situation where, you know, either you gonna fight or flight, or you just gonna stand there and take
Okay. Because I'm
it.
going off of
If
the
that makes any
video.
sense, it's quite,
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of vague
Okay.
because what'll happen once you in the danger zone, that's an arm. The way I'm picturing it, because I ain't heard that word in a long time,
Okay.
is that when you get caught up in something that is hard to get out, you in danger.
Hmm.
Make sense what I
No,
said?
no, of course, of course. Is there?
Yeah. So that's what it is. So if I got you in a certain position and I got it where I can submit you or use elbow strikes or start punching in your face and you can't get up,
Yeah.
you're in a danger zone where I could die right here. If I keep punching you in the temple or if I keep hitting you in your throat, I can keep doing a lot of stuff like that. You in the danger zone where either you pass out or it gets fatal or you'll go to the hospital for, severe injuries and having pins in your arms and your ankles and in your legs.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. That's the danger zone when you in that mode. When you in that mode, it's hard to stop somebody that's hell bent, if that makes sense.
Whew. Yeah. No, I definitely feel you on that, man. And
Because you hell bent, because it's people. I tell you right now,
yeah.
people know how to fight. People know how to fight. People know how to fight. If I seen you on the street and me and you had quarrels with each other
Yeah.
and we're gonna fight, people know how to hold it on by swinging wildly. 9 times out of 10, we swing wildly. That goes for black or white people. They swing wildly if you're not properly trained or trained at all. And if I look at you and I say, okay, he really doesn't know what he's doing, if I can take him down or I may stand up with him and bang with him.
Yeah.
The difference is if I'm properly trained and I've been training for a while and my face is like a callus or every time you hit it, it doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
That's when you're in trouble. When you compare me, just like I'm gonna go like this, just like they did with Mr. Ahmad. They compared him to a shotgun. Listen to what I'm saying. When people that are scared of other people, especially certain white people like these pricks that did him, they compared him to a shotgun. If you got to pull out a shotgun on an unarmed man, how bad are your ass? How bad is your ass?
That's true. Man, that's it, man. You know what? That's smart. That they had that little meme with that dude with the finger on his head. That's smart. Yes, that is true. That is true,
Think
man.
about
Getting
it.
into the psyche
I want you to
of
think
that.
about this. See, the strategy. Somebody come up, think about this. You can be friends, and I noticed this. We can be friends with. You say your best friend is white. You've been knowing him for 7, 8 years.
Okay.
You're around his friends that you really don't know, but you know him for 7, 8 years. And then an altercation with one of his friends, not your best friend, but one of his friends that you really don't know.
Okay.
And you say these words, and you know how we are. You say that shit again, I'm going to knock your ass out.
Yep.
That's us. Right?
Yep.
Watch how the dynamics change between that friend, his friends, and everything. First of all, before anything, they'll stop you before they stop him, because they already know the equivalency of hell you will bring upon him.
That's true.
Think about what I'm saying.
That's true.
Because everybody stops you first. Always remember this.
Yep.
Just remember this in the Ahmad situation, and I want this to be known.
Okay.
He was equivalent to 2 guns. I think the son had the shotgun, the daddy had a sidearm or whatever.
Yeah.
But you took a shotgun and you brought it to an unarmed man's fight. That's how bad Ahmad was on his ass. Think about it. You had to shoot this man with a shotgun in order to stand on his level.
Woo! So we got a clip frozen right here. Because we're not gonna keep you on too long, my man. We do appreciate you, man. But there's something that kind of caught my attention here on this clip that we got frozen. That we're gonna pull up. You've got a sparring partner here. He's wearing like the blue robe or whatever. You've got him in this particular like juggler lock or something, man. That looks pretty crucial. Can you explain what that is? What's it called, and what does it do?
Let me see. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. I'm on the phone, so explain it to me again.
Okay. So it's a particular move that you going to like. Okay, right now, like let's just say he's on top of you, almost like it seems like he's got the best of you. But then you reached up at his throat. You had your left hand like somewhere on his jugular, and then the other hand maybe a little below, and then you did something, and his knees kind of got weak a little bit, man. Like what is that throat move right there?
Okay. I think that because some techniques I forgot because I done did so many of them. I think that was and he went limp right in between my legs.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah, he was kind of limp.
Okay. Okay, then I think he went to sleep almost.
Ooh.
It's called we call it the Queen Elizabeth. If he see while I'm on the bottom, this goes like this for women.
Yeah.
A woman I'm gonna put it this way so you'll understand the technique.
Okay.
If a woman can play the victim. A woman can play the victim.
Okay.
What I mean by that, not play the victim, but play the person that's doing the messing up. Excuse me, I can't get my words together.
Sorry.
But at the same time, my wife's coming out right now, and I'm trying to see it so I know exactly what I'm talking about. You see it there? Right there? Okay. She's showing it to me now.
Okay,
That's my
cool.
wife, Eureka, coming.
Cool. Shout out.
Okay, yeah. It's the Queen Elizabeth. I said, he said, shout out. Yeah, so basically what it is, I'm using his shirt with his gi. It's called a gi or a kirka. That's what it's called.
Okay.
And I'm choking him out. What I'm doing right there, he's between my legs. Like women, when the man tries to sexually assault a woman,
Right.
and he pushes her to the ground, right? The first thing he's trying to sexually assault is trying to rape her, right?
Right.
People don't understand a woman scoring at that point. So basically, in a nutshell, if a woman locks her legs up and use her lower body to push him towards her before anything happens, the first thing he has to do is push off of her. He's got to push off because she's pushing towards him. By that time, you see what I'm saying? Think about it.
Yep.
Let your wife, let your girlfriend or fiance, whoever, you get between her legs and say, lock me up and push me down towards you.
Mm-hmm.
Thrust me towards you. And then hug me around my waist.
Yeah.
It's going to be so hard for her. She's wearing you like a backpack.
Right.
So when you're trying to pull up, off somebody, she has your arms and everything because she's trying to expose your arms.
Yep.
And then she can choke you out.
I've had somebody do that and they didn't choke me out. You know what I'm saying? But and I'm glad you explained it like that because man, I was trying to get off. You know what I'm saying? And man, it was like they were pulling their weight. I was trying to get off, but they were pulling their weight. I don't know what kind of. It was some type of gravity thing going. I got frustrated. I was like, hey, come on,
that's what
man.
it is.
What's that?
And that's what it is. Once you get frustrated, that's when you make a mistake. Because you got frustrated and you're trying to pull them off.
Yep.
Some people even get so mad when they trying to push on their forehead or their side of their face to get up, right?
Yep.
When you do that, you expose your arms. She can come into her arm bar and take your arm off. So she went from the victim to the attacker.
Ooh, this is my man. Man, so check this, man. We really do appreciate you. But before, you know what I'm saying, before we, close on your side of it, because I definitely got some more stuff to ask, Miss Tanea, but where can you please give us some information on, how people can contact you, maybe for some consulting or anybody that may be in the Florida area or that just may be taking a vacation and they want to just say, hey, where can we come by and, do you have workshops? Do you do seminars? Anything online? Can you? Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm located on Panama City Beach, Florida. Anybody come out. It's an open door policy. Come out. Come join me. We'll have fun. I love to talk shit. We joke around. Tanea knows me. And another thing, I should be in, I think, to protect my pretty crew, the elite management team with Nakia Williams and Tanea. We all supposed to get together. I'm supposed to be doing a seminar up there in Nashville somewhere.
What? You coming to Nashville? Oh, do you have a date for that?
Yeah. Tanea and them do it. Look, I always tell them like this. The girls, and Tanea's under me. She's under the CCS banner. She the only female student that's under me in Nashville that's running her own school.
Word.
So
Protecting my
I'm
pretty. We're
coming
pulling
in
that
there.
up right now. Okay.
Yeah, she protected my pretty. You got Nakia, you got Katrina, you got Tawana, you got all those girls. This is all girls founded this. All
Nice.
girls founded this. Black women, black queens.
Shout out to the queens out there. You feel what I'm saying? Starting your
And
own
they tell me
thing.
what to do.
Oh,
And they
hey,
tell me what to do.
hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I would too, man. But you look, and I like that. Protecting my pretty. It's a women's self defense class. I did not know that was in Nashville. This is a small world.
Then we've been doing it and that's the point what I'm making. Every time, and I'm not like I said, I'm not trying to be. It's kind of hard for me not to say this. Every time we come out, we always ask our African American sisters. We've been in business for the past 7 or 8 years,
right?
And we have some African American sisters and black queens come out all the time.
Yeah,
but but these white people, these white ladies, they really want me out and see me. And we enjoy it all the time. They love when I come out. They be itching to come through the door to see what are these other women are doing. And that's what I mean by our sisters and brothers.
Yeah.
Get with an instructor. Not if you don't want to learn martial arts, learn tactical stuff with your firearms. Get with somebody. Learn how to survive off the land. They do it. Damn it, God damn it, they do it.
True that.
Don't be ignorant to that. Don't be, like I said, don't let the hunter tell the story all the time. Don't let the hunter tell the story all the time.
Listen, man, you've been dropping these jewels on here, bro. I feel iced out already. All the jewels you've been dropping, my man. Carlos, man, you are a beast and a blessing. Shout out to you and your wife and your family. I hope you guys are out there, staying safe in Florida, man. And, we'll definitely, we've been showing your page here online, but we'll definitely, connect some more links and stuff like that once the show is over for anybody that wants to to recap and see what's going on down in Florida. For everybody just watching right now, shout out to Tina Eppinger, Jared Dalton, Nadine Collins, James Mitchell, just to name a few. You know what I'm saying? For anybody that is still watching, you know what I mean? Of course you are. Make sure y'all share this page. Y'all like the page. Y'all go find Miss Tanea McClean on Facebook. You can find Carlos Cummins on Facebook. You hear what I'm saying? And we're gonna have some more information on that protecting my pretty. Are any of you? I know you're on the IG. Carlos, do you have an IG?
Yeah, it's under Combat Carlos.
Is that all? Is that with all that with a C? Combat Carlos?
Yeah, yes, sir. All lowercase.
Okay. So y'all heard that, man. Combat Carlos, man. You know who you kind of remind me of before I let you go? I don't know if you watched this show with Gilly the Kid and Wallow.
Yeah.
You remind me of Wallow, man.
That's the first time.
Yeah, but you kind of got that energy, man. Real talk, man. And we really do appreciate you, my brother, man. Let's definitely stay in touch, man. And once we get a date, I'm sure she'll let us know. When you're up here in Nashville or whatever, man, we got to stop by, man, and you know what I'm saying, get some lessons, man, and see what's good.
Well, how about this? The next time you come in, just set up right there whenever you can, and then you get the full experience for all the women coming in, and you can ask them questions on how the seminars go.
That's a bet. We would love to do that, man. We would love to do that, man. So
just do a whole movie for you, so you'll understand everything, just like a mini movie for your podcast.
Oh yeah, man, definitely want to know that, man. And my brother, I really do appreciate it, man. Good vibes, good information. I hope everybody, has been taking down these notes. And Carlos, man, we will be talking to you soon, man. It was great speaking with you. We appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Just spending your time, sacrificing your time for us, man, and just to educate us black folk on what we need to do, and and to get it together, man. So God bless you, man. And anything else you want to leave?
Hey, have fun. God bless you too. Thanks for having me, Tanea. Tanea and Nakia Williams, Katrina Williams, Tawana Nelson. They putting it together. Get in touch with them. All them girls right there, they're amazing.
Already, man.
Oh, and shout out to my wife,
yes, sir.
Eureka Cummins. She's been by me for 24 years.
Mrs. Cummins, 24 years. Yes, that is definitely a blessing, man. That is shout out to y'all, man, and that black love, man. We appreciate you guys. God bless to you, man, and man, we'll be in contact soon, my brother.
Okay, thank you.
All right, man. One. All right, everybody. Yo, yo, man. That was, man, Tanea. Jesus.
I know the right people. My circle is
Jesus.
tight.
Jesus. This, man, let me tell you something, man. This is probably one of the most informational shows that we had thus far. You know what I'm saying? Especially in these times that we're in right now. You feel what I mean? And we really do thank you for for bringing them on the line, for connecting the dots with us, man. And yeah, with that protecting my pretty and stuff like that. When you do have some dates or whatever like that, man, make sure let us know when when he's coming up and stuff. We'll make sure we share all that too.
Oh, definitely, definitely. That is a phenomenal workshop. Carlos, actually, I gotta shout him out as a strong black man out here in the community that really does look out for his sisters. He teaches what y'all saw in those videos when we do the Protecting My Pretty
Yeah,
workshop. We're learning that. We're learning arm
man,
bars. Where
all
it's
that.
real life situations. He brings some guys with him, and they're on the road to like, they're MMA on the road to UFC type stuff. But so you get the real experience, being knocked on your back, a man in between your legs trying to take your
Uh
cookies.
oh, gotta take them
We ain't
cookies.
going for that.
Man, ain't going for none of
We
that,
ain't going
man.
for that.
So let me ask you.
We
Let
ain't
me
going.
ask you. One of the last couple of questions, man. So now on that promo, like you were at the gun range, right? And now if this is not too personal of a question. I guess what is that firearm of your choice? What is it that you use to protect yourself?
The firearm that I carry at the moment, it's a 9 millimeter. The brand is Taurus. Nothing super special about it. Gets the job done. I will be shopping for some more, but it was gifted to
Okay.
me. Like I said in my live earlier, my neighbor was tripping. I had a little wannabe
Mm-hmm.
racist that lived next door to us for a couple years, and we had our words and we had our issues. And when I reached out to one of my good guy friends, he had me meet him at the gun range the next day, and he was just like, "We're not even gonna play around with dude.
Yeah.
You don't know, what he's capable of doing, what he might
Yeah.
try. Your children are out there, and when you're in the country too, that's a different situation because police ain't coming in 5 minutes, 2 minutes, three
Right.
minutes.
Right.
So you you're on for a hot second before some help arrives. So and then he gifted me with the pistol. That's what I have. And I mean, we have rifles and shotguns, we out here in the country,
Right.
but pistol wise, that's what I carry right now is a nine. And I'm comfortable with
I
that.
feel you. And what do you now? Another question is what do you recommend for somebody that might be the first time carrying? What kind of firearm do you recommend people who are novice at this particular situation, as far as just something that people can use universally?
I wouldn't recommend a firearm to them. I would probably recommend them if they're in Tennessee to my great firearm trainer, JC Shegog, or somebody with that type of knowledge. But I would tell them to go to the gun range. What's the one out there? Royal
Uh-huh.
Range. My homie Jordan Knight, he works out there, and I've trained with him. And he took me through a lot of different guns since they have, a place like that, they have different guns. So you can actually hold them. You need to figure out what's comfortable for you.
Right. Right.
Um, so where a nine might be comfortable for me, it might not be comfortable for your
Yeah.
girl. You know what I mean? So those are the type of things when purchasing a firearm, you want to deal with what works for you. Men, again, it's great to gift a woman with a firearm. Mine was gifted to me, but the handle is a little
Yeah. Yeah.
short,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it does. So it was like things like that. That if you have the opportunity to get familiar with one yourself, but get with an expert. I'm not an expert yet, so get with one of these 25, 30 year, Carlos JC type guys, and they'll get you right. You can always come through me though. Like surreal self defense, we're up and coming, but I'd like to call myself the plug. I'm still learning, so I keep myself
Yeah.
surrounded by like the JC She guys, the Carlos Cummins. So I know I'm straight. They're gonna answer whatever questions. And as you see, Carlos gets you right on that mat,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and so he
he
gets you
he
right
got me
with
he
your
got
hand.
me ready like yo. Oh, like man, so like, come on! I'm gonna remember that ankle lock right there, and that jugular, and bringing that body weight closer. That makes a lot. That makes a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? That makes
Yeah.
a
And Thursday, let me plug
yeah.
real
Go ahead.
quick. We're gonna be doing a webinar. You get information from my page, so follow me, Tanea Chantrell on Facebook or Tortoise
Okay.
Win on Instagram and Facebook. But Carlos will be joining us, Nakia, who's with Protecting My Pretty,
Mhm.
myself, and Miss Kanitha Patterson. And we're gonna do the live stream, and Carlos is actually gonna do a demonstration of trying to how to disarm someone and actually go through the moves with somebody. So we'll have that live action on Thursday. So just stay on my page, or follow me, start following me, and then Thursday we're gonna bring Carlos back, and he's gonna show some moves, some real live techniques for disarming.
And so let me ask you this right here. This is one of the final questions before we kind of recap and everything. Out of the training that you have thus far, like, do you like? I know you probably said it earlier, but I'll just go back to it. Do you feel safe? Do you feel comfortable out there that maybe when a situation like that happens, you know exactly what to do? And how long did it take you to get to that point to where you're confident in that?
I feel confident. Mainly because that's just always been me. Like I said, growing up, just how my life experience has been, I've been pretty confident in being able to, stick up for myself. I'll be 1000% honest. That situation, that video with Ahmad,
Yeah.
that is disturbing.
Mm.
Um, I beg the universe that I never have to be in that
Yes.
situation.
Yes.
It's easy to say now, what you when you're on the outside looking in, that's one thing, but I will say that if some unfortunate luck would hit me that I was in a situation like that, I would be able to just do the best I could. I would commit.
Yeah.
Either I know first I'm starting off with my commitment. Either I'm fighting, I'm flighting,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and I know I gotta start there. And I'm gonna hear Carlos in one ear telling me what to do, and I'm gonna hear JC in the other ear telling me what to do, and I'm gonna go
I
ham,
hear that.
be like Booker Eli, and just trust. You just gotta trust yourself. But the more you train, then the more confidence you'll have because you're prepared. So um, yeah, I feel safe and I feel confident, but no, I don't want to be in any of those situations if I could.
Exactly, man. Shout out to Miss Bats, Gil T. You know what I'm saying? Nino Black, Kenneth Patterson, Jeremy Taylor, Sade West, Amber. We got what's up, Latika Montgomery. Hey, thanks for watching. That's what's up. We got Candy Anderson. I got my kinfolk James Shelton. Actually, my cousin was part of a situation like that a couple of years ago, man. So shout out to my cousin, man. You know what I'm saying, for surviving. That the police, doing what they shouldn't have been doing in the first place. But that's a whole nother thing. But just kind of just want to recap, everybody, what we've been talking about before we close out. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Miss Tanea McClean. She is part of a self. She does self defense techniques. She's part of Protecting My Pretty. You feel what I'm saying? And she linked us up with Mr. Carlos Cummins, man, and he's another self defense instructor, man. It's got some cold moves, you know what I mean? So I mean, between like those self defense techniques and between your gun handling, y'all, that's a perfect combination. You know what I mean? You got that what they call that stuff. That's a double threat right there. You know what I mean? Hey, if you're gonna defeat me with my hands, hey, look, I'm quick. I'm quick with the weapon too. And I think what we were talking about earlier in the beginning is just like we always said, it was like, hey, look, um, we can talk about all this black on black crime. I mean, all this race stuff and black and white, but at the end of the day, we have to look at ourselves. We have to value ourselves and know that we are somebody. Know that we are greater than what some people may seem that we are. So, like you said, you have to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? On the inside, and that's what really matters. And once you start to value yourself, then we can start educating ourselves in situations like this. Because I'm gonna be real, you know, my sister. Like I'm just really tired of all of us just playing that blame game, pointing fingers here, pointing fingers there, instead of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? It's a catch-22 either way. So you might as well focus on yourself. You know what I mean? Because it's you're gonna be wrong regardless. They're always going to have something to fire back on you. You know what I mean? They're going to rebuttal something. But one thing they can't rebuttal is how you feel about yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely appreciate you, you know, bringing that, bringing that to thought, man. Real talk. I think this was like a great conversation, very informative. And of course, is there anything that you want to leave the people as far as just in closing?
I do. I do. First of all, I want to thank you and your crew for having me, and giving me a platform to have this
No
conversation.
problem.
I want to thank my trainers, Carlos Cummins, for bringing me in the game. I'm his 13th school up under him, and then JC Shegog out of Nashville, Tennessee. I get my self defense certification through Shegog Training
Hmm.
Academy. So, you talking about double threats, like I'm rolling with some real
Some
ones for
real
sure.
ones.
But I want to tell everybody, build something worth protecting. You need that motivation, that inspiration. So when you build yourself up, you're building your family, you're building up your community, then you'll want to be able to protect those things that you value.
Mm.
And that starts with self. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in, listening. Again, Thursday, y'all just stay on my page. We're gonna do a live demonstration. Carlos is gonna show you some things on trying to disarm because, like I said, that's a unfortunately it's a reality. We
Oh
just
yeah.
watched a video of a young black man being gunned down.
Yes.
But I like what Carlos said. That means he battered in two shotguns, baby. That's how they look at him.
That's
So
real.
to Nino Black, they know we are a superpower. You know what I
Shout
mean?
out to
Because you
Nino.
needed two shotguns, for a random, and you knew what you were dealing with. So, let's just love each other. Y'all know me. I love black people. I love y'all. So when this corona thing, whatever society opens back up, let's get on the workshop. I'm going to have seminars, workshops, bring in Carlos, JC and I are going to team up. I'm going to always have an expert on deck because I'm not that, but I can set it up. I'm the plug right
Got
now.
you on that.
So
And then before we leave, somebody was asking in some of those classes, like, especially when it comes to like the guns on the gun part of it, like, of course, they do teach you as far as disarming your weapons and stuff like that. Is that also a part of some of the classes between the two of you guys?
not the gun training person, but with JC
Right.
and Carlos, they can teach you whatever you're trying to learn. They're going to give you the tactical, like for real, like some real live moving with the
Yeah.
target, getting on the ground, getting back up. Just that's their department. I'm the referral. I'll set up some events to have that, but they would come in and definitely be the subject matter expert. So whatever you need to learn, disarming somebody, taking your gun apart, putting it back together. Like we got
That's
you.
what's up, man. That's what's up. So y'all heard it. I think it's Thursday at 7 o'clock that y'all gonna be doing on y'all's page, correct?
Yes, Thursday at 7 o'clock. But y'all know
That's what it is. That's what it is, everybody. And this has been a great show. We've been speaking on self-defense techniques, and of course, we're gonna have Carlos up here in Nashville pretty soon. So y'all just stay tuned because we're gonna share that information too. Y'all make sure that you guys follow and like the page. Show me that like. Show me them hearts and stuff on Royce's Rant. Follow me on Royce's Rant podcast. You follow Miss Tanea McClean on Facebook, and it is what is it on IG again? Tortoise
tortoise
Win. That's what it
win.
is. Tortoise
Yeah,
Win
that's right.
on IG. All right. And she's connected with a lot of good people, man. So you'll find some more information there. I'm going to have you stay on the line when I close out just to kind of close out with you. But everybody, this is
Cool.
your boy Royce the Voice, Orange Click, Orange Leaders. Shout out to K Team. Speak your thoughts or lose your mind. We love y'all, man. And until next Monday, holla.